everybody, it's Jake at Habitat Solutions, standing in my Seclusion 360 field up here by my house, where I typically use this plot as a late in the evening attraction for harvesting does, but over the years I've been getting some nice bucks in here too. I wanted to bring this video to you to show you how some of the things that we do can actually kind of surprise us a little bit and have us rethink how we plant our forages, the choices of our forages, and an update on the Seclusion 360 that I planted in my destination plot, clear back over here, how often the deer used it, how well they used it, and the constant attraction that it produced regardless of all the surrounding ag crops around here. So this might be something you may want to consider. There's a lot less maintenance. You don't have to plant every year. Perennials are coming back into my choice of food plots for a variety of reasons, but attraction, of course, is always high up on that scale, and you'll see in the video that it definitely had the attraction this year.
Last spring, I planted my secluded destination plot with Seclusion 360 perennial chicory and clover. I had been planting soybeans and brassicas here for the past decade or more. This is a recap on how the field did throughout the hunting season and through the winter now that we've entered early March. This is what the field looked like back in turkey season. Bean stubble and rye with some crimson clover growing where it could. After a disappointing season with Eagle Seed soybeans from the previous year, I planned on making several changes in my food plot varieties, the plot layouts, shapes, and designs. After planting, the growing season went well, and the Seclusion mix grew better than I had expected. It filled in nicely, and it fed the whitetails from early emergence through the hunting season, allowing me to watch, document, and video much of their activity. I was hopeful that with all the surrounding ag fields and abundant hard and soft mass crops this year, that this field would continue to be the hub of activity I had enjoyed the past 10 to 15 years while it was planted in soybeans, brassicas, and overseeded with cool season annuals. And I'll just say this, it surely did not disappoint. From feeding activity and rutting, it was non-stop every time I hunted it. Hunting season started with it growing to between 18 and 20 inches, producing some major tonnage in a little over a 1 acre field. As it turned out, it was another dry fall with little rain. The deer nearly drank the earth blinds waterhole situated in the plot and located in the shade of an autumn olive bush dry. Here's a time-lapse series of photos I took showing how the plot changed and the forage held up from early October all the way through mid-December. I found it very impressive that the local deer kept feeding on the Seclusion field so many times during the day, all the while the neighboring ag, soybean, and corn fields were being well maintained and the corn stayed on through mid-December. Combined with all the acorns and apples on the farm, there was no doubt the deer were eating very well. Plus, I had multiple other plots of corn and soybeans overseeded with cool season annuals, brassicas, and turnips, alfalfa, and a food plot trail of Seclusion that wound through the property, connecting them all together. We did get some on and off snowfalls, too, around 6 to 8 inches, nothing like we get normally. The deer kept digging through it and eating the Seclusion. Due to the milder temps and lack of snow cover, they browsed it continuously from January through to the present time frame. I can now say without a doubt that this Seclusion 360 field fed more deer for much longer into the winter than any soybeans or brassicas that I've planted there in the past. I've taken advantage of the mild temps to overseed the field with more Seclusion, white, and crimson clover for a quicker spring green up and to increase my yield. The turkeys seem primed and are using the field more than ever, as well as the local deer herd. Here's to a successful start to 2024 and a great planting season. Here's my message to those of you watching. If you have good soil that can grow chicory and clover, you're a disciplined land manager that pays attention to forage growth, moisture conditions, and will fertilize and use herbicide when needed, then I would highly encourage you to plant this Seclusion 360 blend. One of the reasons it's so attractive is the abundant 60% ratio of chicory. Plus, chicory is a deep-rooted plant that will mine nutrients that are farther down into your growth zone, bringing it back up for your local deer to benefit from. And this makes it extremely drought tolerant as well. It just might be what makes the difference to you for this hunting season and ones in the future. I have something new for me this year. I bought a 5-foot no-till drill and will be updating my YouTube channel with my progress. Well, first shed of the season out here in my chicory and clover plot, Seclusion 360. A year and a half it looks like. Always remember, if you can envision it, you can live it. Good luck and good habitat.